We're sure many of you at home have started to bring out the holiday decor, and if you're thinking about adding something new, you're in luck.
Here is design expert Shai DeLuca. He joins us this morning with a modern twist on a classic look, and the best part is, Shai, it does not break the bank.
It doesn't. You know, Canadians across the country, we're still feeling the pinch, certainly since after the pandemic, and people are really looking ways to save money. So I wanted to do a tablescape that looks fantastic, fabulous, speaks holiday, but it's stuff that you can use throughout the year as well. So we've incorporated stuff that in and of itself, you can use everything on its own, put it together, this is what you get.
Okay, and you're calling this theme Sophisticated Nordic.
Yes, Sophisticated Nordic. So we've been talking about the trends over the past couple of weeks, and that kind of Scandi look, that kind of Scandinavian feel has definitely been one of the biggest trends that we're seeing. And I love the way that it reads because there's a certain simplicity to it. It's something that can be done really easily, but look how it looks when it all comes together. It's just absolutely beautiful. And of course, all of the selections is from our friends at Wayfair, which is great because you can get stuff for the holidays. They have a great holiday selection, but then your standard selection can really pair well as well with everything that we've done.
Okay, well, let's dive in a little deeper here. We're going to start with the table.
Deep dive. So we'll start with the table. So of course, the table is a beautiful piece here, but let's start with the tableware and table runner. So a lot of people want to do maybe a tablecloth. I'm not a huge fan of a tablecloth because I think if you have a beautiful table like we do here, you want to show that as well. A table runner just gives a little bit of a divide, a little bit of depth to the space, a little bit of dimension to the tablescape that you're doing. One of the biggest challenges I think that a lot of people do is with tablescapes, they can go overboard. And then there's no room for you to have that negative space where if people are sitting, I can put my elbows, I'm allowed to move that, right? So you want to make sure that the negative space is also conducive to the positive space.
You always turn this into math.
I'm sorry. See, design is not only about looking pretty, it's also about the technical stuff of it. Let's start off with the dishware. I love this. So we wanted to do that kind of that Scandi look, but it's that old world style. So look at the beautiful scallop detail that we have on the side of this here. And even this earthenware small detail that you have, just perfect. And it lends perfectly to what we've done here. Next up, the glasses. You were talking about these when we walked in, right?
Well, and also, yeah, the dressing on them. But
yes. So this has that kind of feel, that Portuguese style glass feel. It's such a small, beautiful detail, but it's such an important detail. And it just elevates the stemware to a different level as opposed to doing something that's really standard or plain. I love what we've done here. And then, you can add what I've done here. I've added some ribbon and Christmas greens in order to give that updated, elevated look.
So you did this yourself?
I did that all by myself. I did. And I'm not even a DIY person, so that's super easy.
That looks so pretty.
Yeah, super pretty.
Also looking pretty great is the centerpiece. Let's talk about the...
Yeah, so let's have a seat while we talk about the centerpiece. This is super easy to do. So I think one of the challenges with centerpieces most often is that people do them too high, and I can't see the people who are sitting across from me.
Right, yes.
Right? So I want to make sure that, of course, I can see people who are sitting across from me. So how did we do this one? Again, everything from Wayfair. We got this cake stand. So this is a cake stand in the center. It has the beautiful, oh, Carolyn, I can see the cogs turning.
Wheels are turning.
Carolyn's doing this year. So we have the beautiful cake stand, and then we've used garland around it. We've put garland up on top, and a votive candle or a hurricane candle with the flameless or the electric candles up here. It just all comes together beautifully. And then, of course, we can add, depending on what your color concept is in your tablescape or in your home, the ornaments. And I know we've been talking about this for a long time, a couple times, at least for the past 3 weeks, clustering ornaments. So clustering ornaments, when you put them together, it just gives us something, right? Yep. And what I like about doing this on the table, in addition to doing it in the tablescape, in addition to doing it in the garland, is that it just, again, adds a different dimension. If I need to take them away because we're bringing food, I can.
Sure.
But it just adds something else, doesn't it?
Yeah, for sure. And then, because the family's all together and when conversation turns to politics or whatnot, you can just turn these into instead of a food fight, it can be an ornament fight.
That is what the cutlery is for. No.
Listen, I'm glad I'm not coming to either of your homes for the holidays. Sounds very dangerous. Right?
Okay, we can't talk holiday decor without talking the tree.
Of course. So
or trees.
The trees or trees behind you. So you guys were talking about this as we walked in. Who was it yesterday you were saying? That
Michelle Pfeiffer.
Michelle Pfeiffer.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Michelle Pfeiffer with the simple holiday trees, no ornaments. It just has that burlap surround on the bottom and the white lights. It's just so classic. When you think of Christmases, my goodness, I'm going to use a word. Christmases of yore. Christmases of once upon a time. There weren't many ornaments. It used to be just the beautiful lights or candles in a tree. And it really just gives that added dimension as well. And speaking of that glitter, that kind of like sheen in it, look at the cutlery. So here, everything tends to be very muted in terms of its finishes. But then we have this beautiful, beautiful, warm metallic cutlery, which just, again, adds that extra dimension. And of course, everything here is from Wayfair.ca.
Yes, thank you, Wayfair. This looks so amazing, and we are excited, by the way, to let everybody know at home that you can actually enter for your chance to win one of 5 $1,000 Wayfair.ca gift cards, just in time, of course, for the holidays. All you got to do is scan the QR code right there at the bottom of your screen. Full contest rules are on the website. Yeah.
Right there. Oh, wow, that's good. Oh, there's so much to choose from and so much selection. This is exciting.
And simple.
Yes.
And simple.
And simple. Everybody can do it.
I think I'm treating myself to these this year. I think this is on my list.
I got a connection. I know someone at Wayfair.
Thank you, Shai.
You're welcome.
This looks great.
So
This looks
Happy
really
holidays,
good.
guys.
This portion of the morning show is brought to you by Wayfair. Find your home style. Visit wayfair.ca.